I know that I've been MIA for a while now, crazy busy, but today I am back with a new fall makeup look. I do 100% apologize for being MIA, but literally life happens and yeah, there's really no excuse. But like I said, it's really difficult when you're going to school full time, trying to get my grades up and working full time, and then trying to balance this in. It has been super difficult, so I do really apologize, but I hope that you guys understand. And like I said, I'm just super excited to finally be sitting here filming. I missed you guys, so if you guys want to see how I got this look, please keep watching this video. To start off this look, I'll be moisturizing my face using my Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizer to prep my skin so that everything lays on it nice and smooth. Then I will be priming my face using my favorite primer by Lancome. This is the La Bosse primer, and this is the only primer that has actually worked for my skin, so I just swear by this stuff. Then I'm going to quickly cover up any of my blemishes peeking through. It is that time of month, so I've been having a little bit more breakouts, but overall I'm really pleased that my skin is actually starting to somewhat clear up. Then I'm going to be priming my eyelids using my favorite eyeshadow primer. This is by Lancome, and it is the La Bosse Aquatique eyeshadow primer. It's waterproof, and this stuff is just like the MAC paint pots, but just it allows the eyeshadows to blend a little bit smoother. Then I'm going to be taking the tape to create a nice sharp edge, and I'm going to start buffing Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek all throughout my crease using one of my Morphe brushes, but it's one of my favorites. And I'm just dusting that all throughout to use as a transition color for the other eyeshadows to blend into. This is actually the Morphe M504 brush. Then I'm going to be taking Spice by Morphe. It's a really deep orangey brown shade, and I'm going to be taking the M521 brush, and I'm going to buff that just below the Peach Smoothie, keeping it a little bit further down in my crease, but still a little bit more sporadic and not as condensed in one area, just because I want this orange to be peeking through above all of the other shades. So I'm just going to be working that in. And I'm pressing all of my eyeshadows along the edge of the tape in a more lifted up motion. Since my eyes naturally droop, by doing this, it gives me that more cat eye effect. Then I'm going to be taking Secretive by Morphe with a very dense dome brush, and I'm going to be focusing this on the outer part of my eyelid and then working that up into the crease below the deep orange shade, because like I said, I want the orange shade peeking through, but I want this to really define my crease. So I'm just packing that in there up against the tape and then working that up throughout my crease. Then to blend out the purple, I'm going to go back in with some more of Spice by Morphe in that same brush, and I'm going to just start lightly dusting this above the purple to blend it, and then again make sure that that orange is still peeking through. Then I'm going to be taking, I believe this is Cocoa Brown, let me double check the shade, but I'm working that just below the other purple shade to again add some more definition. This is Deep Cocoa by Morphe, and I'm packing that, like I said, to give it some more definition, but I still want the other purple peeking through above the dark brown. Then I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Corrupt and my favorite angled brush. This one's by Lancome, and I'm going to use this to slowly build up in that really deep part of my crease, again keeping this below the darker brown shade and working this a little bit up across my crease. But I'm slowly building this. You don't want to go in with all of the black at once, because then it will just make all of your other eyeshadows look messy. So you want to make sure you're keeping it really concentrated in just one specific area. I start light and then build down to really darker shades. Then I'm going to be taking this gorgeous Milani eyeshadow. This is in the shade Bella Copper. I love this shade, and it's literally only like $2, I believe. I'm taking my MAC 242 brush. It's a synthetic haired brush, and I'm going to spray that with MAC Fix Plus. and pack that all over my lid because it's going to give me that really foily metallic look. By spraying it with Fix Plus, or you can use eye drops, it's just going to allow the pigmentation of the eyeshadow to show up super intense and again give you that more foiled sparkly look. I'm keeping this below all of the crease shades. And then I'm going to use Secretive by Morphe, the same purple shade, and I'm just going to kind of buff that on the outer parts of the gold to kind of blend that into the crease shades and have a little bit of that purple fading into there. I'm going to build up some more of the black that I felt like kind of got swept away, and it's just going to give it some more definition. Then I'm going to take, this is, I believe, Sun Swept by Anastasia. I'm using that to kind of highlight the inner corner of my crease. This is actually Surface of the Sun by Anastasia. I'm then removing the tape and revealing my crisp edges. And then I'm going to use MAC Studio Fix Foundation. I already have a foundation shade, so I skipped through that. Filled in my brows with the Dip Pomade in dark brown, and now I'm highlighting under my brow bone using my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. And then I'm going to buff that out using the big fluffy brush again. As for concealer, I'm using the NARS Radiant Cream Concealer in the shade Vanilla, I believe. It is a bit light. And then to highlight the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this Estee Lauder BB. It's a BB concealer. This is in the shade Light Medium Warm. And this is really similar to the MAC Prep and Prime, like Light Boost pen, but a little bit different. And I love this combo together because it really gives you that highlighted look, but it's not heavy. It just blends super creamy and nice into the skin. I'm buffing that in with a dense dual fiber brush in circular motions, and just lightly working that into the skin. Then I'm going to set everything in place using my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm really focusing this under my eyes first and on all the places that I mainly highlighted. Then when I'm done setting those areas and really baking it in, I'm going to take any extra and buff it in circular motions upwards on the rest of my face. Again, buffing circular motions upwards because it gives your face really airbrush look. Then I'm taking the shade in Light palette, and I'm going to take the medium bronzy shade and kind of warm up the perimeters of my face so that my contour has something to blend into. Then taking my favorite contour brush, this is the Lancome number 25 brush. Taking the dense part to focus the deeper shades in the Shade and Light palette on the upper part of my cheekbones, and then buffing that in with the fluffy side. And I'm also going to be contouring my nose with the more dense side. Then I'm taking the same brush and I'm going to go in with Love Affair by Make a Peak for the blush. I love this blush shade. It is so gorgeous, so youthful, and just beautiful. It is a bit bright, but with a really light sweep, it gives your cheeks so much life. So I'm just dusting that above my contour. Then for highlight, I'm using the one and only Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics, the one that Jaclyn Hill created. Love her. And I'm taking this fan brush and just really focusing that on the high points of my cheeks. I'm also going to dust it down my nose, on my cupid's bow, under my brow bone, on my inner corner. Pretty much just lathering myself in some Champagne Pop. Then using my NYC liquid liner, this is one of my favorites, I'm just going to be doing a wing following the edge of my eyeshadow. Once I do that, I'm going to take Spice by Morphe, the same one I used in my crease, and I'm going to buff that along my lower lash line. I'm going to kind of mimic what I did on my upper lid on my lower lash line. So I'm buffing that back and forth. Next, I'm taking Secretive by Morphe, the same deep purple shade I used on my upper lid, and I'm going to work that on my lower lash line, but keeping the orange still peeking through the purple. Like I said, literally the same idea on my top lid, on my lower lid. I still want that orange peeking below the purple. Then I'm going to go in with the black and put that really close to my lash line, but I still want the purple peeking below the black, if that makes sense. Then taking Bella Copper, the same one I put all over my lid, I'm going to focus that on the first third of my lower lash line to just open up the eyes and give it a really nice metallic pop. I'm going to use Nylon by MAC to highlight the really outer part of my tear duct. Then I'm taking these velour lashes, not velour, what am I talking about? Eyelure lashes. This was the one, it was by a YouTuber. Gosh, I forget her name. But she's Vegas Nay. Her lashes, and I cut them in half to put them on the outer parts of my lid of my lash line. But first I'm priming my eyelashes with my Lancome Sills Booster Primer just to kind of protect my lash hairs because it's a conditioner. And then I'm using Grandiose Mascara by Lancome to just add some length to prep them for the lashes. Next I'm going to plop on the eyelash, again focusing that on the outer part of my lash line, so it's going to give me that cat-eyed look. Then I'm taking this Italia, I believe it's Italia, no, this is LA Girl eyeliner, and this is in the shade Royal Blue. Instead of a black, I like using Royal Blues because you get the same effect, but it makes the whites of your eyelids look, of your, what is it called? Eyeballs look whiter. Then to line my lips, I use Cola by Italia, and I filled them in with that too. Then I took D for Danger by MAC and then Rebel to top that off, and that is my fall lip combo. I've been loving that, and this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. This look screams fall for me, and let me know what other fall looks you guys want to see next. Love you all. Bye.